welcome back to another Sims 4 building video. Today we're checking out a feature that I am very excited about. Now I don't want to say this feature is all thanks to my little humble Enchanted by Nature pack, but this is a feature that definitely works amazingly hand in hand with it, and since Enchanted by Nature is being released soon, I'm so happy to finally have this in my game. I am of course talking about the plants on roofs. We obviously did also get the glass walls, which I mean, I don't want to say this, but I also really want to say this. I've seen this already for so long and I'm very excited that finally it's now in my game. And now that I'm thinking about it, when I'm doing like the 15th or the 16th wall challenge, it's going to be glass for ages because there's so much glass in here now. So that's great. That just totally threw a spanner in the works for my challenges, but whatever. I've played with this for quite some time now and you will see this. I mean, when I'm recording this, it's today. I'm going to spill the tea a little bit. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, as you're watching this, tomorrow, things are starting. By me saying that, that means that I am going to be able to release my build videos that I've made for Enchanted by Nature. Tomorrow is the day, guys. So I'm just saying that now here. That's all I'm going to say. But you will see me using this throughout, and also the roof planties feature, whatever you want to call this. It's funny that they put it into roof sculptures because it's kind of good in a way because it shows us what we can use. Now that may be annoying to a lot of people because if you just want regular roof sculptures and if you don't want to put plants on roofs, you will have to scroll down all the way to the bottom, but it's fine. I mean, I think I'm just going to not care. I do really love to put a lot of like crazy gardeny stuff around, you know, my landscaping. We like to do it a little bit overgrown. I can also see this being an issue for people if you're just making like a contemporary modern home or just a regular family suburban. Why in the name of God would you need to put a massive shrub on your house? I do not know, but all I know is that I love to make my like eco contemporary homes, and that is exactly what we're going to be building today. So what I am thinking of is making a very cutesy, very contempo home, incorporating a little bit of the glass feature in this house as well. And I don't know why every time I'm putting rooms down now, it almost like it doesn't create the room, so I gotta go again, but that's fine. We will forgive and we will forget. Okay, I want this house to be big enough. I want to have a cutesy little features around. Okay, that feels like it's way too big. I want there to be just like a simple glass wall feature, and by simple I mean just like the whole thing being glass, but I also really want some interesting kind of balcony spaces and places that we can essentially just add a load of like greenery. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this roof, right? So the roof is obviously going to be a very major part. Obviously there was other things that came with this update. I totally get it, but that's not the point of this video. The focus of this video is just mainly the grassy roof feature, like the planties on the roof. I will have another glass wall feature video coming in like 2 days time, and that's when I am building within Enchanted by Nature pack. So it's interesting, and I know I'm very delighted that now I'm bringing you a video while the glass feature is in my game, but I also have a video that I pre-recorded a couple of weeks back, so that's coming in like 2 days, so stay tuned for that. But today we're going to be mainly focusing, I guess, on the planties on the roof. So essentially what I want to create with this is I want to create like a little glass feature right here, but that will still allow us to have a nice bit of regular roof so that I could just like plant the roof, you know, let's plant this roof on fire. Okay, I'm kind of thinking if I do something like this, okay, watch this, this is so cool. If I do a little feature like that and then I merge these together, you will see me going through the swatches and talking about the swatches in my video coming in 2 days, so you can definitely check that out. But there's a couple of things that I like to mention in that video when it comes to the glass features, so you might find that interesting because it goes through a lot of the things that I've learned as I was building with the Enchanted by Nature pack, which I have been doing for quite some time now, so I really know this feature kind of in and out, so I'm very excited to show you that. But for now we're just gonna go through this a little bit and see what it looks like with all of my other things in game. You see already here I feel like the trims will be just a little bit too harsh for it, but then again I guess that kind of looks okay. Does it? I don't know. I feel like at this point I'm gonna have to get used to it. Seeing it now in my regular game, I'm really not sure. Okay, the fun thing about all of this is that I love to make my little eco homes, so I'm thinking if we make all of this grass, right, imagine how fun now it will be to just plaster plaster a load of plants on this roof. Is that what we want to do? I'm not sure. Okay, let's actually have a little look at these. So these also, they hold a special place in my heart, but also there is still a couple of them that I personally don't think work. Like for instance, this one. Obviously, we all know that we could do this with move objects, and we could have done this years ago already, so this is not new for everybody. Also, this lets you snap a couple of these automatically onto it. Now, I personally think that you still should probably put move objects on, and I totally get it that not everyone can put move objects on, or not everyone will want to, but I still think that to make this look the most realistic, you want to overlay these together on top of each other. And as you can see here, I cannot overlay these on top of each other. I am going to throw on move objects and just forget and move on. Obviously, the Alt key placement is going to be your best friend when it comes to this, because we all know that when it comes... Okay, that just totally is lifting up. Oh no. Is that gonna happen with all of the things? Because that happens with my, like, all roof things. If I pick them up, they usually just fly up from the sky. What does that mean? And I don't understand why that is still happening, but whatever. What you will want to achieve when you're doing this is the most natural placement possible. And nowhere in hell are you going to see beautiful plants being stacked like this on a roof. That's just not very realistic. So oh my god, they all lift up. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so what you're going to want to do, I suppose, is create yourself like a nice, very organic feeling, like little chunk like this. Oh my god, I already love this. This is so fun. I would also suggest maybe scaling stuff down, but honestly, as soon as I first saw this, like months ago when we were working on the pack and we got to play around with this feature, I thought some of it looked a little funny. Like that just looks like a wart on the side of your house, or else it looks like Mickey Mouse ears. So there's a couple of things that might not work essentially as best as we would want them to be, but there is still obviously a lot of planties that will look amazing. Like I kind of love this one, but is it a bit too much for this one? I guess if you're making like a tropical house, that would look better. Oh, we can just like place that whole chunk. Oh yeah, see, things like this now I love. Even if I scale this one down twice, and if I go like this and then maybe scale you up, oh no, that's a bit dramatic. If we maybe do this. Oh, I love this, guys. This is the way to go. This is the way. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, I'm actually obsessed. I really hope one of these days we will get this like lavender little wisteria bush. What is this called? Yeah, this lavender bush, but without the lavender on it, like a singular version. I think that would be really cool. Anyways, there is a lot of like dead shrubbies that we can add. Obviously, depending on how many packs you've got, you're going to have more opportunities to add stuff. I mean, do I really want daisies on the top of my house? Not necessarily. I'm more so about the shrubs and the natural kind of like grassy kind of feeling bits. Oh my god, I love that. That automatically looks so cool, but the trim now is not really vibing with me. What's that about? I feel like I need like a... Oh, maybe the white trim is better. I feel like I need like a green trim or something. This feature, of course, like you could still make anything go on top of this roof, obviously without using this feature. If you just press 9 and 0, you obviously will be able to do this. The problem with that is that I think if you put like your roof down or your walls down, these will stay. So that is a problem with using 9 and 0 key, because they don't necessarily snap to the grid. It will look awkward, whereas the beauty of this new feature is that these will snap to the grid, because now the roof has a clickable grid and you will be actually able to put your roof down and not see them, you know? So that is a good thing. So I get that you guys might be like, oh, why did we even need this? But I feel like we did in a sense. I don't understand this one, because this one doesn't look like it clips properly. Does it work? Oh no, it still works. But I don't really like the way this one looks. I feel like, oh wait, it looks a bit better here. Or maybe it looks better now. Oh, now it's just like totally floating up. The more I pick it up, the higher it goes. Do you see that? Every time I pick it up, it just goes higher by a centimeter. That's fantastic. What's that about? Seriously, what's that about? I mean, I cannot wait. Like, the day's tomorrow. Like, I'm looking at my little Sims calendar that I've got right here next to me, and I've waited so long. I've waited like almost 6 months now. I don't want to be like spilling the beans too much in this video. I've waited for so long for these videos to finally come out, and tomorrow is the... Oh, look at the way these are like grinding on the side. Okay, that's unreal. But also, I have move objects on, but this is still preventing it from working, and I kind of really want there to be like a middle... Okay, I love the way it's like curving on the axis. That's really cool. But I really want there to be more playability with this and like more possibilities. Like, why can't I put it into the edge? Usually planties will grow like that. We all know it in Ireland. It's just so moldy. Yeah, like why can't this one go in there? That's pretty sus. I want more planties to be able to go in there. Do you get what I mean? Am I being cheeky? Probably asking a bit too much. Yes, I am. But in Ireland, things grow left, right, and center. So we just know that that's the way it would be. But that looks so cute. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked 24/7, which will be me for the next foreseeable future. But I have finally come to this point where this whole project that I've been working on, obviously you've heard a multitude of times me talking about it, so I'm not even going to say what I'm talking about. But I'm finally at that stage where tomorrow you guys will see it tomorrow. So that's all I'm going to say to you. Just stay tuned, keep an eye out. It's happening, it's coming, and I'm gonna cry. Like I've like told everybody, I was like, guys, this is finally happening for me. For the next couple of weeks, just don't really talk to me because I might not be in a well form to be having regular chats. So just keep that in mind. Things might not be okay. I mean, I am okay. Obviously, there's nothing wrong, but I'm just very excited and I'm not sure how the next couple of weeks will look. I'm so disappointed about this plant. I'm not really sure why that one's acting like this. And also, if we've got this one in this category, why couldn't I get my other favorite one, which is this base game one? I don't get it. That's really sad. I would have preferred this one over that one clipping. Do you get what I mean? Or was that just an accident? That's pretty interesting. I don't really understand why that is the case. Oh, they do fit a little bit better if you scale them down, just letting you know. I don't know, that's just my little fun fact. If you scale things down, they will snap a little bit better. Still won't snap into the corner though, but closer to the corner, so I guess that's better. Oh my god, this feature is so fun though. Like, look at this. Look at my little house. This house is going to look so cute. I don't even know what I'm building, what this bloody thing is, but look how adorable this is. So I'm also thinking now, if we're going to be adding roofies, planties on roofies, I am thinking of maybe creating almost like another little grassy chunk. Now, I said this in my video that you will see in like 2 days time about the glass walls, but I think now is the right time for us to be talking about the possibility of glass flooring. Like, you know that little feature that I love from Island Living, this little crystal clear flooring thing? Okay, so we need this, but in a floor tile, because we can clearly see that the Sims team can create us a wall. Well, imagine how fun it would be to actually create a floor tile so that now we could create like just glass ceiling without actually having a roof, if you get me, because obviously we've got glass roofs. That is totally normal. We've seen that many times. But imagine even like this chunk right here, I could paint that glass and I could have like a beautiful little skylight, you know, being created. I think that's really cool, and I think that's something that we could definitely start talking about a little bit, because I think that would be an amazing feature. Also, I don't really know what I'm doing with this house, but I really want to add like cute little green chunks everywhere so that we could add more plants everywhere. Obviously, we can just have regular planties on all of these. We don't necessarily need the roof feature for this, but I think this is going to look so pretty if I do something like this. Okay, no spinning. Okay, why can you not spin the way I'm asking you to spin, please? Please, I'm really tired, please. There we go. That's cute. Look at that. Oh my god, this is so fun. I just really love this. I don't know, should I do a balcony? I feel like this house is calling for a balcony, but like, what, like here? I guess we could do, wait, no, maybe at the back. Oh, wait a sec. What if I do this and we just like carry the balcony over this way? But then we should do glass. Of course we should do glass. I mean, it's a glass house. So let's do maybe this. Maybe with like this bronze. Oh, that's fun. But do I like carry it all the way over? Oh, I guess so. Wait, now I guess that could work. I'm just so glad that we're actually getting these amazing features in the game now. Like, they know what we want. I mean, at least they're listening to me, at least, because I mean, I've really wanted something like this. And I know that like I don't necessarily always build with like greenery on my roofs, but we've all tried it at least once, and I think it will really elevate our spaces, especially like because this will suit a large demographic of people, because this is suiting me, somebody that really likes the contemporary kind of vibe, but this will also suit somebody that likes more mystical kind of overgrown vibes. So I think that's also pretty interesting that like this feature is not just like a singular, you know, one note wonder. This will feel like it's working for a lot of different people. So I think there's something kind of cute about that. So I'm really hoping that you guys are going to like love it as much as I'm loving it, because I just cannot get over it. I think this is so fun. Okay, is that too much? I feel like it is at the front of the house. Maybe we could like chuck that like here. Oh, look at that. That is so cute, don't you think? Oh, wait, now what if I actually create this to be a glass wall panel as well? Oh, Okay. I also said in that video that you'll see in 2 days that you can essentially create your own windows now. Like you can just create like little windows by yourself. You can also do glass like chunks up here. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that. Maybe I'll do this. You can create your own little like glass windows now, because we all know that we've got these kind of windows, but they're nothing on that glass wall now. Like, I mean, I would rather do a little chunk of glass wall over that now. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I mean, I love the glass walls and I'm just so extremely happy. I did find a couple of glitches, well, not glitches with it, but issues that I found myself, just maybe because I'm a builder that sometimes doesn't know how to fix their problems. But there's a couple of things that I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe am I asking too much here? But there's a couple of things. So anyways, check out that video in 2 days time. But for the most part, I'm absolutely obsessed with this feature. And I think you guys will also be obsessed with it because there is just something so amazing about it. And it just creates some sort of a build that I feel like I've never ever seen before. And I'm so happy to finally see that in the game. Like, I mean, look, do you love it or do you not love it? Like, look at the builds we can now create. Also, I don't really know where I'm going with this and what's going on. So maybe I should focus on that a little bit for a second. Will I ever understand why these two columns, like the concrete, are they concrete? They're steel. I always call them concrete. But these steel columns, when you're putting them down, like, why can't I like flip that one to be the other way around and then it disappears because it's inside now? Like, I just don't get it. How can I like create the same like angle? Did you get me? Like, they're just facing the two opposite ways and I don't really understand how to fix that. So I don't think I'll ever understand that, but that's okay. Maybe it's just a little quirky and a little bit weird. I mean, already though, I have added nothing but just glass and plants on the roof and I'm absolutely obsessed. But I think I need more plants though. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't think that's enough. I mean, have you seen my swamp build the other day? That feature for the swamp build probably would have been like the best thing ever. So maybe soon when we're gonna do, you know, the rest of that event, whatever that event is called. I mean, I always forget what it's called, but we could maybe add more like planty roof features. I think that would be amazing. I'm very excited for that. But okay, I feel like I need something on this side. I feel like this side is a little bit sad and lonely. So let's maybe add like a little chunk here. I feel like this might be, you know, this little feature might be something that you guys might have to play around with because I know it is obviously something new. Oh, it goes onto the glass as well. Wait, why don't we just kind of put it almost like escaping onto the glass? It's like, oh, we just let it happen, you know, we just naturally let this happen, we don't care. Oh, you can see it when you're doing the glass wall where this chunk sits. I feel like with this plant they should have raised that a little bit and gave it a bit of a better angle, because that there's good possibilities for that one to clip onto that wall. And I still don't understand why my other favorite one, like if this one works, then why can't this one work? Do you get me? Like these two are pretty much the exact same plant, like this thing. Oh, I don't know, I don't understand, but okay. I won't complain because I'm still in love with this feature, so I guess this is still fine. But, you know, I always have a question or two, I guess. It's good to query things, you know. It's good to think about things. Oh, I think that looks really cool. I also wish we had the possibility of putting rocks up there. But unfortunately, at the moment, that's not something we can really do. But you know me, if you see a little plant and if a rock isn't with it, or the plant's even planted, I don't think so. I think rocks just add that little bit more of like a natural vibe of like, oh my God, they're like, we've been there for years, these plants. We just grew the rocks, you know, the plants grow rocks in my head. That's just what happens. They just like bleed rocks. Okay, anyways, whatever. I think that does look pretty cute, but I just wish that I could add things more into like the little crevice area, because I really need this to be as natural as possible. And already this doesn't want to fit in here, which is kind of annoying. But I need this to be as organic feeling as possible, and that's usually what I like in my builds. But I'm sure I'll be able to get used to creating something interesting. I mean, already that does look really, really cute. I mean, I don't know how that would work in real life. Would that kind of eat away through your roof? Probably. You probably would have major issues with like leaks and stuff. Because like, would there have to be like, there'd have to be soil up there for it to make any sense, or else it's just weeds. Because like in Ireland we do have a lot of like weeds just growing everywhere, so I get it from that perspective. But like from this perspective, I really don't know what's happening to this house. house. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of an issue already. So obviously this plant right here can be used on the ground, but if you put it anywhere near the roof, it's automatically going to clip to the roof. But I actually want to put it there. Like I want to put it on this little square right here. But the ones that can clip onto the roof will automatically clip onto the roof. I guess I could fix the issue by reducing the size of this for a moment. Would that make it better for me? Not necessarily. Okay. That's kind of annoying. I would like to say, because I really want there to be stuff inside there. Oh no. Guess I could do this for that chunk, but do you get what I'm trying to say? Also, I don't understand why this one couldn't be on the ceiling either. This is a very nice little one. And actually, that's probably going to look good underlining all of these areas. But yeah, there is a lot of questions that I have, but I will not necessarily tackle those in the next video. But in the next video, I do talk a lot about the glass wall feature and what we could do with it. But anyways, I'm going to add more windows and then let's paint the house. Okay, this is a little bit of a weird layout, but I actually want to do like a big art studio maybe in this room. I think that would be so amazing to have like your own art studio. Like, could you imagine how amazing that would look? And now I'm coming into a little bit of a problem that it is a little bit difficult to merge other windows with this feature. So I feel like I'm just not gonna have any windows on this side of the wall unless we just add like this as a glass feature as well, which wouldn't be too bad of an idea, but I think I'm gonna have to get rid of those columns now. I guess maybe that does look a little cooler, especially because like downstairs is an art studio, so the more natural light the better. But I am finding it a little bit difficult. Like I found these windows to be kind of cool downstairs because there is no kind of glass wall feature downstairs, and that already is like a weird feature in itself. But then upstairs, I'm like, how do I make this actually look good? I'm not sure. Also, I want this to be a balcony, but how do we access the balcony? I do not know. Unless, wait, now, unless I put the bathroom on the other side. We could do like a little bathroom this way because I've got like the master bedroom. So that would be a little bathroom. Then we've got one bedroom, two bedrooms, and then this could maybe be like a weird hallway of some sort. I'm not really sure. This looks a little weird. I guess I could do this. This is a weird hallway, I will admit, but it would probably make sense to have access to the balcony this way. So we could do that. And then I guess to make it just kind of feel extra, like not weird and normal, upstairs, we could just have regular windows, like even like these. I could just do two of them. I will need a bathroom window though, that is the problem. And I don't really want it to be too visible, unless I just do a regular window like that, which does look good from the front, but considering that is a bathroom, I don't know how I'm going to actually furnish this bathroom, but whatever, that's not my problem at the moment. So then I guess like, does this room like not require any other windows? I will say that the glass feature doesn't give you a lot of like light, which is interesting, but it's also good at the same time because we don't want to like overpower and oversaturate the room with light. But yeah, there's queries and questions that we will tackle about the glass wall feature, but today we're making a cute eco home, so that's not our problem today. Okay, I think something like this would be pretty interesting. So we've got two little bedrooms here. Actually, we could probably enter this room this way. Now that I think about it, we could probably do something like this, so that just looks more cohesive and a little bit better. Yes, okay, that's much better. I know the rooms are weird shaped, but also this whole house is a little bit of a weird shape, so we don't mind. But what are we thinking about like the combination of the glass with a different color window? You see, that is my one major issue, that like it doesn't feel as cohesive as I would like it to feel. Now I know that there's different colors of this glass wall feature, but we don't have a white one, which is something that kind of worries me a smidgen, just because there is a lot of white walls that we've got, or white windows, and white is a very common window color. And we don't have that in the glass wall feature. And that's something that I feel like I'm going to struggle with a tiny bit. But that's not something that I need to worry about right now. Okay, I'm going to maybe use a little bit of this green paneling today. I mean, it's just going to look very nice and very cool. Another thing, I know I'll go on about this in my other video, but the one bad thing I don't like about the glass wall feature is like, oh, so I'm looking at these panels being glass now, so let's paint everything else green. If you press shift, it removes your glass walls, because glass walls are essentially wallpaper. So you cannot just press shift and paint your entire room. It's not going to know that that is a window essentially that you've created, no, it'll still think that that is wallpaper. So be careful with that a little bit, because that is something that I have run into issues with quite a bit. So you just got to be very careful as to where you place your wall, which is fine. Okay, no, it's not. Do you see what I just did there? It's not fine. I literally forgot about it. Like, instantly, I'm talking to you and I'm forgetting about it. Okay, that makes sense. So that looks pretty cute, though. What do we think? Like, so cute. Sorry, I need to conduct myself. That actually looks adorable, and I mean, I love it. I don't know what you want me to say about it. I think it looks amazing. This is something that I know is going to have its faults and its issues, but I will never say a bad word about it, because I think it looks so cool, and I just love it. I just love it. I just bloody love it, and it's the best thing I've ever seen. Okay, so that's what we've got going on here now. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just do a little bit of landscaping off camera, and then we can go a little bit more to the inside of the house together. Okay, guys, so I think I've completed the outside of the house now. So I just really wanted to see the vision, you know the drill. So we've got a lot of greenery to, of course, match what's happening on the top of the house. And now that I look at it, I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I think this turned out a little bit better than I expected in my head. I mean, I was a little bit overwhelmed by the idea of this, and I know there's probably a lot of features that I could have rethinked. There is a lot of overgrown vibe. Like, looking at it from this side, I mean, there's overgrown vibes everywhere, but I guess this is what the video is all about, you know, trying to maximize this whole idea of the overgrown. But I think it looks really cool, and at the same time, as much as it looks overgrown and lived in, it also looks kind of posh and contemporary. So I think there's something very interesting about it. But the more I'm playing with that like light white feature, I wish we had a white swatch of those glass walls. And what I mean by that is just like the spokes, I suppose, the glass supports, you know, those lines, if they were white, if we could just get them in a white, I mean, that would be brilliant. I mean, I'm presuming that there's things like that going to be added into the game left, right, and center. So I'm obviously not going to give out about it, because I'm still extremely happy to have this feature in my game. But like, it's just interesting to see all the things that you might need, and that things that arise as you're playing The Sims, which I think is pretty interesting. But I mean, I'm loving the way this house is turning out. Like, so maybe let's try work a little bit on the inside of the house. I mean, I'm not going to make it too extreme. I am going to go for pretty kind of regular vibed. We're going to make it less cluttered and lived in, because I suppose this video was primarily more so about the outside of the house. But I love the idea of this like light wood in here as well, a lot of like a reclaimed kind of material, maybe a little bit of that dark, or not dark, but just like this paneling. I suppose we could make it dark on the inside, or else we could make it maybe white. Actually looks a bit better, because we will have the kitchen here on this side. Oh my god, am I going a bit too beigey? Is this a bit too beigey bland? Oh, I love the idea of like the white. That's kind of cool. Is that a bit much, or is that nice? I'm not sure. I kind of like it. Or else maybe I actually add a little pop of color, like a bit of the green. Yeah, maybe the green is a little bit nicer. It probably makes a little bit more sense. And then we're going to just go for a regular white wall as well, because I feel like a house like that would just have a lot of just regular white walls. So that's pretty normal. For this room, oh my god, you see, this is the problem. I really want to just paint the whole room like this gray color, but if you do that, it just gets rid of your windows. So that's fantastic. That's obviously not something I want. So I guess I'm just going to obviously click on the walls that I want to be this color. I guess that's just, it makes sense. Like, I'm only just giving out because I'm only getting to know this feature as well, just like everyone else is. But I guess that makes sense. Okay, then upstairs we've got 2 bedrooms. I am gonna think of making kind of like a kid's room in one of the rooms, and then the other room just being a spare room. So I'm kind of gonna presume that maybe this is going to be the kids' room, and then this is just gonna be the spare room with like a single bed, maybe just a wardrobe. This room is a little bit of an awkward shape, although maybe let's do it the other way around, because how fun would it be if I actually incorporate some like fun colors? Just say if we make it like pink, right? With this, we could add like more pinky shades with this wallpaper, and then just regular white as well. But inside this corner, we could probably create like a fun little toy area. I mean, if I was a kid sitting here and if I had my own little glass feature, like, I think I would cry. I mean, I love that idea. It looks so cozy and so vibey, just having your own like little glass feature. So imagine if we do this, and then if we put like a small little poof or some sort of like a little chair that like whoever sits in this room can just like chillax here. I would absolutely love this. I think that would be very, very like cute and adorable. And if I just add like a little potted plant in there, Oh my God, I would just be loving this as a kid. Like, if I could just sit there watching the world go by, playing with my toys as a kid, I would be absolutely just mesmerized. So I like that idea of that little nook being created specifically for the purpose of like a child just having their own little space and also having a nice bit of natural light, because I think that's also very important. Now, my question is, how are curtains going to work in this room? Because I've kind of come to a little bit of a conclusion in the video that you will see soon that we need more kind of taller curtains to fill this, because if you are going to be doing high walls, we will be stuck with curtain sizes. For the purpose of this, I think I'm just going to do a little corner like this to show, obviously, because this is a kid's room, we want to make sure that we've got a nice bit of privacy as well. So you can almost like grab that curtain and just drag it all across. I know that little raccoon is like clipping through it, but could I care less? No, I couldn't. I think that's perfect. I think it still makes sense and we all get the gist. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, maybe from this side. Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty cute and I love that vibe for the kids room. Like, that's amazing. Okay, I have no idea why I completed the kids room first. I don't know why that was a big priority for me today, but I actually really love the way it turned out. I think it's so adorable. So I think it just, with that glass wall feature, obviously there's no other windows besides that, so I'm very interested to see how that plays out and how a room like that feels when you're playing, especially with like the different like times of day. Is it going to really affect the mood of the room? Like, you can obviously see the beautiful like moonlight shining through there, which I think is really pretty, but I'm just very interested to see how this is actually going to play out. I'm obviously not going to be playing with this house, but if you would like it, I will obviously pop it up to the gallery. But anyways, as I was doing the kitchen and stuff downstairs, maybe let's focus a little bit on that. So I am thinking that maybe we should do like sitting room almost. Oh wait, actually, if I do sitting room this way, I know it's a little bit of a weird layout, but hear me out. Sitting room that way, plunk down your little rug as well, just so that we know what we're doing. Then we do a little bit of a dining room inside here. So I'm thinking if I just do the small little chairs, we forget about it, we just get the small little chairs. Kind of like the idea of like these glass chairs. I don't know, I want to use them for the time being. If I do like a small table scenario kind of like that here, I know it is a little bit of an awkward space because you've got the stairs here, but I do need to fit a kitchen inside this little nook, so I'm thinking that that will work for me pretty easily. Oh my god, this color literally matches this room perfectly. Like, what the heck? Like, look at how beautiful this looks. Also, why do my counters not like snap together? I don't understand. Like, if I wanted to put an oven right here, oh no, it does. Never mind, never mind. I'm just giving out for no reason. Oh, I love this. This is so cool. So nice. Okay, we love this. Let's wait now. Maybe I do this instead. See, why isn't it? What's going on? Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Maybe I could put like the fridge almost like at the end here instead. Maybe that might have a better feel. You could tuck the fridge a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. That's a little better, I think. Then I think I'm just going to run 2 counters like that, and we just leave this space quite open. I'm just going to chuck a bin on this side, and I think we just literally leave this space the way it is, because that is a little bit of a weird like cubbyhole area. So maybe I could put like some fun little aprons. I could like chuck those here. I think that would have a nice little feel, and maybe like a little bookcase or shelf over here actually would be interesting. I wish we had this, but like a skinnier version of it. Like, I feel like something like this, but not a kid's version. Surely we can get something like that. I think that would be pretty cute. I guess I could make my own shelf, but like that's a lot of work. Okay, I created something like that. I don't know, it looks a little bit weird, but like I want like a little bookcase like that that comes pre-made. But anyways, I think that's an adorable little space. We just need some counters. Oh, no, not counters, but these things, whatever these are called. Why do I always forget the name of these? Cabinets. Bloody heck, Sandra, cabinets. I really enjoy doing this thing now. Hold on one sec. Getting these like display shelves and somehow incorporating them into my kitchen. I know that looks a little silly. It really does though, doesn't it? That does look a bit silly, unless I make all of these white, which probably would work a bit better. The reason why I like incorporating these together now is because of the cool clutter that we've got. So if I do something like this, I can now grab some of this really cool kitchen clutter stuff and actually put it into this glass cabinet. And the reason why I like that is because you can actually see things through the glass. So you can see a little bit of that clutter poking through without being like too overly cluttered. I don't know, that is something a little strange that that I enjoy, but I just love the idea of having like little clutter up there. Now I don't know what I'm putting up there, but you get the idea. Like it just makes sense to have it like slightly on display. So I might do that in this house. Okay, I actually really love the sitting room. I think it's very cute. Got very cute qualities. We love it. And yeah, I think that TV is just a little too high by default, but that's okay. We've got my apples, we've got my lemons. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm having fun. Okay, so then over here, I'm kind of thinking that we could get rid of those clipping little plants. And because this door is quite big, it's a little bit awkward. So I don't really know whether I should put something on this side, but I kind of feel like I also should, because I feel like that's a waste of space. So I think I'm going to just do a regular little accent table. Maybe even like this one in the white with like a little pop of like color here. But I feel like we do need something here, and I'm probably going to go for my regular little mirror up above it. I think that's going to look quite brilliant right here. Dare I say, dare I toot my own horn? But I think that does look quite adorable. And maybe just let's add some extra books here, because we just love reading. Actually, no, those books are not clipped the way I want them to be. Ah, yes, a sacred Daruma doll. It always works, whether you like it or not. It just works. Okay, we'll just use this as a little welcome mat to kind of set the scene that this is your front entrance, and I think that does look pretty cute. Okay, so this then is our little art studio space. So weirdly enough, I think I am going to create almost like a little curtain space so that it almost feels like your sacred art gallery wherever you are going. It's like, it's kind of almost covered, like if you're really working on like a difficult project, you can just close yourself off. Or maybe should I have that on the inside? Maybe actually that probably makes more sense, because you could like have a little bit more privacy and you can decide from the inside of the room. Yeah, maybe that just feels a little nicer. I'm not really sure. And also feels a little weird in general, but I think it's okay. I wish these stairs didn't have that black thing on the side of them. I wish you could get rid of that black thing, because it almost makes me not want to use them. These are kind of nicer. Maybe I'll use these instead. That's very sad, because I like the other stairs. Oh, but these ones with the black, they don't look that bad together though, do they? No, they don't look that bad. Okay. Oh my god, like, could you imagine if I just like, oh my god, if I just did this whole room like that? That's a bathroom. That just looks so weird, doesn't it? That looks amazing. I love it. I really don't understand why the sleek bathroom kit items are still not added to the accent category. That's very interesting. I'm presuming it's on their list of things to do, like, surely, because it is a little annoying having to go find each item individually. But I mean, I don't know, I still like the feature, so I'm not gonna, I mean, the kit, I'm not gonna give out about it too much, but it's just very random. Like, why just why? Okay, why? I'm just working a little bit on the bathroom, and I kind of like the idea of adding this thing here today. I'm not really sure why, but it's kind of cute. Oh my god, you can put the toothbrushes on the toilet. That's okay. That, I feel like that in general should just not be a place to be able to place items, because I know, like, when I was playing my Businesses and Hobbies, like, Let's Play, I kept having my customers put stuff down up there, and it was just very annoying, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to put that plant up there, and also just like these things here if I scale them down. Okay, that is our little downstairs bathroom. Actually, I kind of want there to be a shelf up above here. Maybe if I just have the one shelf with some towels up above it, I think that's better. Okay, now that's lovely. Let's work a little bit on the art studio. Art studio is just my favorite thing, and I know I still haven't bought that art kit. Like, I feel like I've been buying all these other kits, but yeah, I still need to buy that artist kit. But imagine if we just put like a couple of different easels around the place. I think that would have a very cool little feeling, you know. Maybe we could put like this one here. Of course, I need some paintings everywhere, so the ones that kind of like, yes, chill against the wall, like these ones. I mean, they're gonna have to be chilling against the glass walls, but like that doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. Wait, now, where are those like canvases? They're like clean canvases. I always lose them in this game, but there are very cool canvases here. Yeah, these things. There we go. I love these. I think there's something so cool about these. These look very realistic. They've got paintings on them. Oh my god. Look at that. They've got paintings on them. I did not realize that. They've got paintings on them. I'm going to put them everywhere. Oh, wow. That's almost like our house. Enchanted by nature. Wow, so cool. I actually really love that. That's very nice. Okay, so we've got that. Maybe we could put like another easel here. That's a very fancy one. I love doing a good art studio. I mean, there's just something amazing about a good art studio. Maybe we could have a couple of these little tapestries everywhere. Maybe some of these drawings. Is it kind of weird that we're like sticking them to the glass? Maybe a little, but I guess I have nowhere else to put them now. So, oh, this thing. Oh my god, can I put that like in the middle of the room? If I put that like here, right? I know it might be a little bit of a weird space, but then I could almost have like a fun little chair area. if I maybe just have like this black chair with a little accent table. So like you just sit down every once in a while and you contemplate. You contemplate whether I even needed to start that painting. You know, maybe that painting was left unpainted. And we've got some music playing, so I think that's pretty cute. And we like kind of look out the window. We don't need any curtains because we prioritize natural lighting here. So that's cool. Love that. That's very nice. I wish one day I could have a house like that where I have my own art studio and I could go back doing some art. I think that's like my biggest like dream in life. Oh, Sandra gets sob storied again. But yeah, no, I wish I could have my own art studio. It doesn't have to be as fancy and big as this one. But I mean, yeah, having my own like little space. I'm like grateful enough that I have my own space as it is here, you know, in my house for, you know, my videos. But there's just something about an art space that would be just, it would make my dreams come true. So yeah, I don't know. It's really funny. Well, actually, no, it's not funny. It's really sad. Okay, I think I'm going to put this little painting little thing here as well. I like putting down those because obviously they're like paint splatters. If I type in splatter, no, splat, nope, that doesn't come up. I thought there was like paint splatters on the ground. Did I make that up? I feel like I did. There's a synthetic food rug, but I don't want that. Maybe we could just have like a little black rug here as well. I think that's pretty cute. Like, oh my god, look at that art studio. It's messy, it's lived in. Paintings thrive in this room, and I guess I am just going to have saucers, but I might add another one because I feel like even though this room is mainly made up of glass, I feel like, oh my god, that looks a bit stupid, but I think it's still not giving me enough light as I would want it to. Obviously, there's a nice, beautiful bit of sun coming through this area. And if I go into the afternoon, we'll have a beautiful, nice bit of sun here. But if you think about it, I've got 2 saucers in this room. And normally, I feel like if I had regular windows, that room would be so bright and white. But in this case, it's like really not that bright and white. Anyways, I'm just going to do the upstairs bathroom and the spare room. And then let's do the master bedroom together. Okay, so I've completed the little well, this is kind of like half office, half spare room. So like if someone comes over, obviously they could stay here. But there's also just like a little desk space because I actually didn't have an office in this house. Obviously because we've got the beautiful art studio downstairs. So I thought that it would probably made more sense just do it separately like this. And now that I'm in the bedroom, and now I can kind of see that this room is going to be very bright. So I'm almost going to remove the saucer and see what actually happens. But instantly I'm already like, you know, I was just saying that like, oh no, these windows are not giving you any light. But now that I'm looking at this, like it already is very, very bright. It obviously will look beautiful, oh my god, in that lighting. Okay, that looks fantastic. So that looks really, really nice. That almost doesn't look like The Sims. It literally looks like a totally different game. So I'm obsessed with the way that that is feeling. Like the kind of vibe it's emitting. But yeah, I can see that playing in certain lights might be a little bit annoying. But I'm sure that's something we can kind of look past. Like surely that's not going to be a major issue in the end. And that is just something that I'm finding to be kind of difficult to work with. But like, I think it will be really pretty overall. I'm hoping. So I'm just kind of doing my regular, I'm putting some books, an alarm clock, you know, on the bedside lockers. So then maybe instead of a big light in this room, maybe we should do just like moody lighting. Like I could grab 2 of those and almost like whack these 2 up there. Maybe that's something that's going to give us like a nicer feeling even at nighttime. Okay, that's very dark though. Kind of love like the moonlight coming through, but then like in the day, that's like hurting my eyes. What if I put curtains on it? Yeah, you see curtains do absolutely nothing to the lighting. So that's really funny. But I feel like I am going to add curtains because this is obviously a bedroom. So I think I might do something like that, even though it does look a little silly. But again, we're just playing with that idea that like you can just like close these curtains whenever you want and they're just kind of chilling on the side of the windows. Is that nice? I wish the curtains actually did something to the lighting, but then again, I don't know. I feel like this lighting is kind of pissing me off a bit. Like maybe that just looks a bit better. So maybe I'm going to have to build in this lighting. Obviously, it really depends on where you are and which neighborhood you're in as well. So that's all going to play a big factor on how your build will look with this lighting. But I don't know. I'm just, for the moment, finding it a bit difficult to make this work. But I'm sure we can find ways around it. Oh my god, that's too big. I'm going to do maybe these 2 paintings here. And because I am making this house pretty, you know, it's not about what the outside, no, sorry, it's not about what the inside, this time it's about what's on the outside. So I am going to just use my favorite, like little bits and pieces. I think that's going to look really pretty. And then maybe this little mirror can just go, actually made this room a bit awkward. Maybe the mirror can actually go like here. I think that's really pretty, very nice. Oh, we could chuck this thing here as well. That's cool. Yeah, it's still very dark though, I fear. Now it's going to be a bit more difficult to make this work with these glass walls, but I'm interested interested to see everyone else's build and like everyone else's kind of ideas of how to make this work, because I mean, this is going to be really fun to try and like incorporate into regular builds as well, you know, like a regular family home. Why can I not find those like stupid little squares? Yeah, these things, sorry, they're not squares, they're like little X's. I really wanted this. Although, wait, maybe I want this instead. Can I have it in the middle though? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That looks okay, I guess. At this point, I don't know. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how people are going to interpret this idea of this like glass wall feature. Oh my God, this rug is actually stunning for this space. Okay, that's so nice. I haven't even painted the walls and I'm already like finishing up. Maybe I'll do the wall as like a very, oh my God, the lighting. Oh, sorry now. Look at this. That barely looks like The Sims. That looks like a totally different game for some reason. It's like so realistic with that texture and that light coming through. Am I in The Sims or am I in a different game? Honestly, at this point, I do not know, but this is so nice. I really, really love this. I'm delighted. Okay, see, I just got rid of the window. You got to be careful with, you know, that little feature because I keep forgetting about it. So technically, I can only paint that chunk white. Okay, and the rest will just have to stay the way it is. Oh, I love this room, guys. But you see, this is where my problem arises now. That's the morning light. I mean, the morning light is probably the best. So with the morning light, I still would probably consider adding a light. Yeah, like you see, I can add this one and it will make the room nice and bright. But then I go into afternoon and I'm like, my eyes, I cannot see, you know? So what do we do? That is something I want to ask you guys, your opinion, because it just looks that little bit better in every other day. Yeah, like in the nighttime, obviously we would need that. Morning, it looks stunning. Afternoon, it is making me want to gouge my eyes out and it is like burning my irises out of my eyes. But I don't know, I'm very interested what you guys think, but I think that does actually now complete the whole entirety of my build. Oh my God, look at how cute it looks. Okay, now I don't know where to put my solar panels though, because the thing is, I always love to put a nice bit of solar panels, solar energy. If we can all just get it, that would be great. Do I put it on the glass? Is that gonna look ridiculous? Where do I put my solar panels? Also, now with the ability to put glass up there, that makes me also see that there's a couple of issues where we can kind of see a little bit too much going on there. Like, look at all those leafy greenies clipping through. So that's a bit annoying. And one thing I've been like begging for recently is the ability to be able to paint the underneath of a roof. So like that little chunk now that we can see through the glass with these features, similarly to the way I can paint a ceiling, I now should be able to paint the underneath of the roof. So like that inner lining of the roof, I should be able to create the painting like, you know, feature for that. So I'm really hoping that eventually that is something The Sims will consider doing. But for the moment, I'm still not really happy with the way that this is looking. Like, how am I supposed to paint, wait, now the inside? I guess if I click on this, that will paint me that chunk. And yeah, I guess that's kind of all I can do. And unfortunately, even though all of these like leafy greenies, they've been clipped naturally, but you can still see them kind of clipping through. I was hoping that maybe they would just be cut and the inside, whatever goes into the inside of the house, would be disappearing. That is a feature I've really liked for regular landscaping as well. If you're placing down landscaping, I wish it didn't clip through the walls and it would just disappear as soon as it goes to the inside of the house. But that is still a feature that obviously we could work on, I guess. But that does look a little bit silly, purely because this roof, I want it to be, I guess, in there because I don't want to see that little clippy part. So I would have to make it longer unless I do this and then just extend the eave. But then that's going to extend it out to this side. So no, this does essentially have to be all the way in there. So now if you are going to be adding that glass feature, I mean, the glass feature looks amazing from every other angle. Just don't look too closely inside there because there is little glitchies, a little bits and pieces happening. But I mean, looking at this now, this I feel has elevated our ability to create kind of eco-contemporary homes. And that is just something I'm so obsessed with. And even though I feel like these features were added into the game purely because they were inspired, I guess, a little bit by Enchanted by Nature, because when we were building those builds, we did use a lot of these features. And even with the glass wall feature, I did use that in my bar build, my Gringles build. So that build is coming so soon. Like, it's literally in the next couple of days, you guys will see me creating that in my in-depth process. And I'm just so extremely proud. But now that I can finally see these features in my regular game, I'm just so happy. And they are amazing features, even though you may think that to some people they might be a little bit redundant. If this is not your cup of tea, that's totally fine. And as I've I've mentioned there are still a couple of glitches here and there, but I mean, I'm so happy with this. The fact that I can create a home like this now, I'm going to be creating homes like this for the rest of my life now. And it's just so funny because, as I said, it's so like enchanted putting, you know, like foliage on your roof, but you can still make it contemporary by making something like this. And I think there's just so many different aspects we could take this, especially also with the glass walls. But definitely stay tuned to, I think it's in like 2 days, you will see that other glass video where I go through a lot of it in depth and showing you a lot of the different swatches and all the fun things you can do with it. But for now, guys, I believe we should do a little tour. Welcome on into my eco-contemporary family home. It's actually a family home, to be fair. I mean, it has a child's bedroom, which I never do. And you can clearly see all of that through the beautiful little glass wall features. I mean, it does look very nice. Having that outside coming in and the inside kind of being brought out, it really can allow you to live one with nature because you're really inviting a lot of that natural light in and that, you know, greenery from outside. You're inviting that in, and I think there's something pretty cute about that. And also, you can create beautiful green homes with this. I mean, like, imagine like an amazing greenhouse addition to your home. I mean, there's so many possibilities of now having the plants on roofs as well as that glass wall feature. I'm just so excited. So anyways, let's do a tour. So instantly, I mean, privacy gone out the window, literally gone out the glass window, but who cares? It's contemporary, it's vibey. This is what we've got going on here for us. So we've got a beautiful little living space followed by a nice little dining space, beautiful bright kitchen. I mean, wow, look at that. It's just pristine. Do not touch it. Do not make spaghetti bolognese inside here because there'll be bolognese sauce everywhere and that will be hilarious. Anyways, then we've got a bathroom over here, kind of like a nice bathroom, dark, very lovely. Love that feature. And then we've got our beautiful little art studio right here, which I mean, I'm obsessed with. This is dream life for Sandra. I wish I could have like an art studio where I could just go back to doing my art and be super happy. Oh my god, I'm like seeing Enchanted by Nature pack everywhere. I'm like, spoilers everywhere. No, I'm joking. Anyways, let's go upstairs and let's figure out what the upstairs looks like. I'm very interested to check out that bedroom, so maybe let's check that out first. Okay, there's a lot going on. Oh my god, what's going on? Wait, now I don't know why this is happening, but anyways, wow. Okay, what? Wow. Oh, okay. Wait, what? I thought there was a ceiling up above there. Was there not? Did I remove that? I thought there, oh, maybe I did remove it. Okay, well, that's now floating, so that's not good. So I guess probably it would have just made sense if I just removed this light altogether. So we just make it like a very cozy, vibey room. Yeah, I guess there is no ceiling because we have that glass wall feature. I guess it does look kind of cool because like when you're in here, you've got glass everywhere. You've got like this little glass compartment there now, and you've got this glass wall feature. It would be very interesting. It's kind of giving me like art gallery vibes, but in your bedroom. But I love it. I mean, look at this room. I mean, it's so vibey. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say about it. It's so like a modern contempo and I love it. So yeah, anyways, the lighting in this room is hurting my eyes a little bit, but I'm very interested what you guys think of that and how we could potentially go around that and fix it. So because, you know, we're all here to learn this. Anyways, that is our bathroom number 2. Then we've got the beautiful little kids' bedrooms. I don't know, it's just very cute, very pink, and the kid has its own beautiful little glass wall feature. I mean, that could be a door, but for the purpose of the child not falling out the window, I think that just makes it more safe to have just like a glass wall feature. I would like to think that that glass is like triple glazed and whatever to make sure that, you know, it's not cold or too hot. Because imagine like your whole house just feeling like a greenhouse, like how hot it would be. But anyways, let's not think about that. And then we just got a regular little office / spare bedroom. You can also come out here and look out at the stars or the moon or whatever you want to look at. We've got a beautiful little section over here, and then we jump out of the balcony. Yay, we come downstairs to this beautiful little garden area, which I mean, I love the idea of that glass feature on the outside of the house. It really does make it pretty interesting, even though, as I said, like the bedroom is kind of suffocating. Suffering is what I was meant to say. Suffering with that lighting. I think it still looks amazing on the outside, and the fact that like we kind of join it up with already that glass roofs that we've got, I think it's just amazing, and I really love it. So there's amazing potential that you can now create some very intricate designs with these two features. And as I said, even though this does feel quite enchanted to be putting plants and overgrown, like very Irish vibes, moss growing everywhere because we're so moist in this country, but you could still turn that upside down and make it quite contemporary and quite eco vibed. So I think this is amazing, and I'm very excited what you guys think of my little build. I cannot believe that as you're watching this video, literally tomorrow I will be able to share everything. Like, tomorrow is the day that from tomorrow, every day pretty much, you will see my story, my behind the scenes, my building process, my early access. So it's all happening tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that. Definitely don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see a lot of the behind the scenes coming. Don't forget to keep your eyes peeled for that, so if you do subscribe, you're not going to miss it. Also, thank you so much to everybody that's used my creator code already. I did not realize that you guys are going to be so kind and so considerate to remember to use my code when you're buying a game. I mean, there are so many other creator codes out there, so I didn't really, you know, I like to mention it because obviously I have one now, so I feel very grateful for that fact that I have one. I did not realize you guys are going to be using it as much as you are, so thank you so much. It's just bizarre. It's crazy. I mean, the Enchanted by Nature pack is coming out on the 10th of July. I would say pre-order it, maybe wait to see some of my videos. My videos are going to be coming out soon, so if you'd like to see, you know, the first-hand experience of what the pack is like, it might give you a better idea of whether you'd like to purchase it or not. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for using my code. I'm going to finish blabbering on now. Stay tuned for the amazing videos coming soon. I really hope you enjoyed my new glass wall and plants on roof feature build. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm way too excited. I need to take a break, and I shall see you tomorrow in a crazy video. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!